woo. I didn't feel like doing that shit. Hi, how we doing? I like the vibe. This is much better. I feel very welcome. Like, I did a show recently for hospital workers. And some of the, woo, go ahead. Sure, they do a lot of good stuff. And like, some of the comics actually worked in a hospital as well, so I felt very out of place. But to be fair, the show was located across the street from the hospital in a bar that I happened to already be drunk in. And when I heard there was a show, I was like, comedy? I'm a comedian, I like to comedy, like all drunk, and the host, when she stopped screaming, was like, okay, you know, and welcome to the stage, Jamie Lynn. So I got involved in that, felt out of place. I work in the liquor industry, so I started out by saying, you know, it's kind of my job to put people in the hospital. And they were like, okay, yeah, maybe, I guess I can see that. Yeah, you know, I've just always wanted to drink for the job that I want, so that's why I stuck with that industry. And then I just kind of sauntered over to a guy that looked like Lin-Manuel Miranda, forced him to drink a tequila, looked at every doctor and nurse and said, we're filling up some hospital beds tonight. You're welcome. I know you're tired of COVID. Let's get alcohol poisoning back out there. And I don't think I'm going to do that show anymore. I don't know. We'll see if they come in. I told them my dad was not vaccinated, which is true. I don't know why I volunteered that information. It's not great information to put out there, but it's true. And it's not like he's some big conspiracy theorist anti-vaxxer. He's just a pussy when it comes to needles, which is really embarrassing because he's like a big, like muscular dude. Like he used to compete in bodybuilding competitions, like the, like that stuff. But then when you pull out a needle, he's like, yeah, no way. Like it's so fucking insane. Like that's very embarrassing. Like he won't set foot in a hospital or a doctor's office. He's a total bitch about all that. He could have an axe sticking out of his forehead and he'd be like, I'm just gonna sleep this off. Like just give me a day on that. So, you know, parents are difficult, love them anyway. Fun fact, my name is Jamie Lynn, but Lynn is actually my mom's last name. My father's last name is Beniquez, and my mom didn't want to put that on the birth certificate, mostly because I don't think she could spell it. There's a lot of Q's and Z's in there, I don't fucking think so. Let's keep this easy and white, you know, Lynn. Until it came time for me to apply to college, and then she's like, no, put Beniquez, come on. We gotta get that financial aid, all right? Scholarship time. Can you say hablas español? Okay, perfect. That's like all I know, unfortunately. Like, I'm one of those New York Puerto Ricans that doesn't speak Spanish, but I'm learning. I'm on Duolingo. Any Duolingo users? Yes. Perfect. I'll save you the free year on that. But yeah, you know, I'm learning. My dad just did not speak Spanish to me growing up. I mean, honestly, he didn't speak like at all because I don't know if whoever has a Latin dad in this room, you'll know what I mean. That with everything you ask him, his response was to just purse his lips. So this is all I ever got from him. Does anyone have a Latin dad and know what I'm talking about? I'd be like, when's dinner? Where's the medicine? My stomach hurts. And that always usually meant like, go ask your mother. But it was just like really fucking annoying. Like just, he wouldn't even point. He wouldn't even, like hands limp by his side. Just, like I'm just trying. Imagine if he was like testifying in court and the judge was like, Mr. Beniquez, show me on this doll where the bad man touched you. And imagine if he just like gently kissed the doll's dick. Weird, right? But he would do that, I think. I hope that happens. I hope my 71-year-old dad gets molested and has to do that. I have no fucking idea why I said that. Yeah. Now I'm like, what else did I want to say today? Oh yeah, so I'm a Puerto Rican Jew. Yeah, and I live in Washington Heights. The Jews will get that part. Everyone else here just thinks I have COVID, I think. And, is she gonna spit on this? What's going on? I honestly don't know anymore. But yeah, so my parents met here, but you knew that. Where else are a Puerto Rican and a Jew gonna fall in love? Texas, yeah. I'm pretty much what would happen if West Side Story had a happy ending. Marie and Tony got to live. Spoiler alert, that doesn't get to happen. I know the movie just got re-released, but you should know that by now. My parents met in a gym. my mom was like, she told me that she went to this gym where the guys were really hot, and she would go and like, she was like, I don't know, it was between your father and a Jamaican guy. And I was just like, okay. She's like, yeah, I just like would go there every week and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, how about get on the treadmill? Or like, you know, instead of picking up a guy, pick up a dumbbell. This is just like back in the 80s, before Tinder, it was just go to the gym and fuck. That was the whole thing. You went to the gym and just fuck. There was no working out. I turned 38 recently. Pause for dramatic reactions. I know I don't look it because I dress like a Japanese schoolboy, but it's also I like it. I have this really good skincare routine that's really affordable, and it's called No Kids. But yeah, I don't know, you know, the whole thing about raising kids, it's like iffy to me because I can barely raise my eyebrows. That took like a lot of effort. But that was because I got a Groupon for Botox. I was really excited about that. I gotta talk about that for a second. I got a Groupon for Botox, and when I did that, I was like, this is kind of nerve-wracking, you know, there's like a lot of like negative connotations with that and all that shit. But I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go for it. Why not? It makes me happy. And then I did it and I was really excited. So I was with a friend and I was like, I have news. And she's like, so do I. So I was like, cool. She's like, but you go first. And I'm like, I got Botox. Look, my face can't move. Look at that. And I was like, isn't that crazy? And I'm like, what's your news? And she's like, oh, I had a miscarriage. And I've never felt worse in my whole life. You never felt like a bigger piece of shit. The Botox didn't matter anymore. I couldn't even show her, this was the worst part, I couldn't show her how sad I was.